You win $1,500. You are rank 1 witch with 20 minutes left.
Yeah, that's a easy exile contingent.
Easy exile hunting. Yes, is that what you're using it on? That's awesome.
For sure. Dude.
Do you have like the actual exile con ticket already and you just need a fight? Right. Dude.
Yeah.
Here, let's get a big applause in chat. That is some nail biting to the wire content. That's
last day, man.
That's insane. That's so impressive.
It's so great. Like you saw by Sabo's death, right? The packet loss on hidden.
Yeah.
I was like so defeated, and then like I was just so depressed for so long, for like a while, and then I went to Hu's stream, and I'm like, how do I make the pain go away? And he's like, listen to Macarena. So I put it up, and then I open my stash. I see I got like a tab called Witch, and I have Vixens and what's that ring? Shit, what is the ring that I'm using, guys? I can't remember what it called anymore. Ice Fang Orbit.
Oh.
And then I'm like, wait a second. And then I just listened to Macarena the entire time I was leveling.
Wow.
So like through the campaign.
That's amazing. So how you've been in a lot of gauntlets now. Is this how many gauntlets have you been in?
What do you mean by been in? I mean, I played most of them.
Yeah, but I think you only missed one.
Really practice.
Or two.
I think I missed Ritual.
Yeah.
And Heist.
Yeah. That sounds right. So how do you feel about this one? This one was quite different. We banned some skills.
I mean, it's unfortunate that you have to ban the skills.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
I feel like you get a lot of the criticisms when it's not really deserved. Like it shouldn't be your job. So it's just unlucky, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
there's no winning as well. Yeah.
I do feel like it made it more interesting though. At least we saw like completely new skills that we've never seen in Gauntlet before.
Yeah, I mean, dude, people are like, oh, every class won SRS. Dude, isn't it cool? Is it so cool that SRS won? How is it not cool?
I think it's great.
It is great. When has a minion build won? Like everyone shat on minion builds every time. It's like, oh, you don't play a minion build in Gauntlet? Oh my god, you're an idiot. What are you doing? And now SRS is popping off. How is this not like best timeline?
Yeah. No, I mean, ideally, there's enough balance changes that we don't have to do anything. Yeah. But when there is, at least it seemed to work out pretty well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What do you think your playtime was for the entire Gauntlet, not just your last character?
I can check the Sabo. One second. Sabo's a long time dead. So if my Sabos played is 6 days and 2 hours.
Wow.
And then my wish is 1 day and like 40 minutes or some shit.
Wow.
So it's 8 days and 42. Wait, that's 8 days and something. I don't know.
In 10 days. Wow, that's not that much sleep.
I mean I AFK a lot on my thing. So
okay. AFK while you're sleeping. Yeah, I get it. No, that's awesome, dude. Was there what were your favorite moments this Gauntlet?
Favorite moments? I don't know. Favorite moments. When I kill Worshiper, probably.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's just like it's yeah, I don't know.
Any feedback? Things we can do better or things we can do worse?
Things can do better. I don't know. Okay. Isn't this Gauntlet pretty fine? I don't know.
I thought it was great. Yeah. But you can always make things better.
What can you do better? I mean, bigger prize pool.
I'll work on that.
You know what? You could do better. You can get like a Herman Miller sponsorship, so I can get a new chair. Because my chair,
that's almost impossible.
My chair. There was like times during Gauntlet, my chair started going down. You know, like how you can go up and down. It just started going down, and I had to like adjust it. It's like if I lean too far back, I would just go down.
Oh, so, yeah, I need a new chair, I had a chair with that. Like you get like the little like the little yeah. It's the I had
to adjust my posture like while
so
playing.
Annoying. It's like a wire thing that's like broken in your chair. It's the most annoying thing ever because it's so small but it's so tilting.
Yeah, so probably a chair sponsor, you know, like Miller, not like DX Race or anything like that. Just
Yeah, actually good chairs. Not, yeah. The problem with actual good chairs is that they like barely ever sponsor anything. It's very hard.
That's true, yeah.
But yeah.
Oh man,
dude, huge congratulations. We're absolutely so proud of you, dude, and hopefully you'll do even better next Gauntlet. Rank 1 global Gucci.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thanks for so I guess I should also like thank you for organizing the event and stuff, like Vero for the help, Shopify for all the stuff that they've been doing for PUE Racing.
They've done so much.
PUE Racing was like it wasn't looking good for a while, and then you came in, Vero came in, Shopify came in, and you know it is what it is now. It's pretty exciting. What a moment earlier there. What a moment.
What a moment, dude. That's what it's all about. A series of moments. That's some next trailer shit right there. I already know Scry is like downloading it, getting ready for the next trailer.
Yeah, dude.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next interview. Thank you so much, Gucci, and we'll see you around.
Dude. Yeah, definitely. See you in July, dude.
Yeah, true. Bye.
Bye.
Let's see. Second interview, Rise QT. It says he's not online on Discord. That is worrying. All in here. Oh. Oh, right. I remember this. Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Oh. Wait, is this working?
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
No issues?
No issues.
Big.
Your currently called Gucci Pradas, but other than that, there's no issues. Change that.
Upgrade, to be honest. I don't know. You didn't get to watch Gucci's thing, but that was the most epic gamer moment ever, man. That was so sick watching Gucci beat the shit out of Uber.
Yeah, no, I watched the entire fight. It was great. Very proud.
Because the Ziri was really, really fucking cool too. Such a cool build to do it on as well, because everybody's like doing all these, you know, SRS builds and everything, which is super cool. Don't get me wrong. I in particular love SRS, but to see him do it with the Vixens.
Yeah, no, it's a build I was hoping to see a lot of people playing in the Gauntlet when people drop Vixens. So, but as far as you're concerned, rank 1 Templar, and you played SRS the entire time, not even doing any switching like we saw other people doing, and you played Fire in the start, then later switched to Poison. And Vero says here that you did no practice, and I saw you turned into Bane and you were doing some cosplay during the Gauntlet. Do you feel that like having a constant shipment of copium helped you perform, and that's why you got rank 1?
Yeah, probably. I mean, honestly, yeah, the timeline is kind of weird. I was really motivated to practice, you know. I haven't really been playing PoE a whole lot in the recent times, as some people know. And yeah, I was just people say I was washed up. I don't know if you can be washed up if you were never good, but I definitely didn't know what the hell I was doing in the first place. So I wanted to I was going on vacation to really reset my mind, you know, and then I'm gonna practice like crazy. I was really motivated. But then my vacation got postponed, and on the last day of my vacation, I got super sick. And so, yeah, the Bane thing came in with the shipment of copium, and yeah, I was battling the bronchitis.
Yeah, that's crazy that you pushed that hard. Well, that's sick. That's impressive. I was sick at the same time, and I was like dying. So
I gotta say, it's really cool when it comes to Gauntlet, because any other event, I don't think that would ever be possible. But like when it comes to the Gauntlet, it's just that I had enough breathing room to really rest. So it was like 10 to 12 hour sessions, and I was just trying to like sleep and rest off the rest. And it was all right, you know. So it is a trade-off, because yeah, you lose some time, but simultaneously you remain more focused for the event itself. And I feel like in this one in particular really helped me. My strategy was, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing at all. Like literally never did an Uber before, never even like tried. So Yeah, I just channeled my inner steel mage, ran some yellow maps, and somehow it worked out. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you're
Yeah,
taking home $1,500. That's a pretty big deal.
nice.
Yeah, no, that's really good. How long did it take you to get your cutlass?
Ooh, it was actually pretty lucky. Overall, I gotta say, one of the luckiest gauntlets. I got a really early 6 link. Everything just came well together. The big problem with SRS is, listen, I've been playing a lot of SRS in the 2 leagues. People didn't believe in it the last league. I thought it was already top. And this league, people fortunately realized that there is something to it. Because
Yeah.
Darky played it. Like, I couldn't make a good build, but I knew the concept kind of works. But then Darky played it. It's like, oh, okay, it actually is pretty okay. And so things came together well. And the cutlass itself, it only took me like 5 breaches. Oh yeah, and I guess the reason why I was talking about SRS was because I couldn't even map. Like, I would not recommend Fire SRS to anybody because I
Yeah.
couldn't even do white maps. Like, I was leveling fine, and then I entered a tier 1 map, and I realized that I couldn't do any content at all. Like, it
Wow.
literally was not doable. So you had to farm out Delirium to get the minion life jewels so that your SRSs wouldn't die.
Oh, right.
And yeah, I just got everything super early in that way. It was really nice. Because if I didn't have the extra RNG, there's no shot. I would have gone it anywhere.
Somebody in chat said, "Don't ask him about the div card incident," which makes me want to ask you about the div card incident.
Yeah, one of my most epic moments for sure.
What happened?
You know, I pulled a classic Lily, got a little bit too excited about being super close to my lore weave after having to farm it for like a while. The lore weave was not lucky. I just could not get any rings, and I was working super hard towards it. And then I was missing 2 cards, and yeah, I got a hubris set, and I ended up vendoring it,
Ah,
which is unfortunate, but you know, extra motivation and all that.
that's fair. That happens.
Yeah. Yeah, but
How do you feel about this gauntlet compared to previous ones?
oh boy, in a real long neck Templar fashion, honestly, I can't even compare it. I'm way too clueless. I was watching your interview with Gucci and thinking about like what kind of feedback could I give? What would I do differently? What's this gauntlet compared to the other ones? Honestly, I just have no idea. I just don't know what's happening in PoE right now, and I would love to give you something useful, but I think it's all too uneducated to give feedback on. It was really cool. I really liked because I didn't play the last 2 gauntlets. Uh, so definitely a big jump for me. I know that other people experienced it before, was like the layered defenses. That was like really freaking cool to me because even though I died more while leveling than I ever have before, in a way it still felt much nicer. And I think it shows in the how many people played, because you still get to experience like some real content without just dying over and over in Act 1 and then giving up.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I do like the scaling mods, and we'll obviously we'll have some gauntlets be a lot harder than others, like, and some be easy.
Hmm.
It's always good to mix it up and keep it interesting.
Yeah, this difficulty felt all right to me. I mean, again, I don't know what's going on, but it felt pretty all right. I do wonder how like top players actually feel about it, but
Well, you're rank 1 on a class, so definitely a top player, Wise.
I don't feel like a top player, but somehow he got there. Unfortunately for business, he did end up dying to Eater, same as me.
Yeah.
But he's definitely a much more competent player. I would definitely put him in like the top five gauntlet players of all time, I think, even
Well,
at this
maybe
point.
with even more practice next time, we'll see you keep getting rank 1s in the next one, and we're looking forward to see your performance there.
Nice. I'll try my best.
All right. Well, we're going to move on to the next interview with Jung Ron. Rice, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you later.
See you later.
All right. Name. If Jung is ready. The snitch is coming? I know. Hello.
Am I good audio wise? Yeah, I should be.
Yeah, you look good. You sound good.
Oh, thanks, man.
How are you doing?
I'm alright. Sorry, it's a long weekend. I feel pretty good.
Yeah. I got some info from Myro here. Jung Ron died 4 times, but still rank 1 shadow, earning you a total of $1,500.
We take this.
Yeah, that's definitely good money to bring home. How are you feeling? How was the gauntlet for you?
I mean, I think the event was good. I feel like my run was pretty disappointing. And I think that was like pretty reflected at the end where I kind of just like ran it into Exarch. Just for context on the rip, I don't think a lot of people understand what happened there, but basically I was too lazy to map. So I didn't have enough scouring orbs to scour my guardians. So then I was linking void manipulation so I could run guardians with reflect on them. And then I was in the middle of my Exarch, didn't have Culling Strike in my Flame Dash anymore. And then decided in that moment I didn't want to farm another 28 Exarch maps and just decided to go for full int.
Right.
I think a lot of it was just like, I don't know. I think from a preparation perspective, it just wasn't ready. Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, very, very cool. Like, you're always doing different builds than everyone, and you were still able to get a rank 1 with that. Tell us a little about your build.
I guess prior to the Gauntlet, I was watching a bunch of old stuff and I saw Garotha's Assassin set up, and I was thinking about how Molten Strike is okay, but it's kind of shit skill because melee, and how Blade Shot always had the numbers. So I kind of just took that, made it to Sabo, Champion, a Juggernaut, and a Scion, and then went with like a pneumatic Poison Blade Shot build. And I think in retrospect, it's probably a build that should be full clearing because, I mean, I walked in at 95 and I think the only boss that might have been hard is Uber Elder, actually. But in terms of progression time, it's definitely slower than SRS by a little bit. Just because it's really risky to play Shadow, right?
And this is like a pretty normal thing for you. You're always like inventing builds, even in competitive settings, which we don't see from a lot of other players. Like you talked about in your tweet too, a lot of people end up copying Ben. How come you don't? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I guess in previous events it's different. In previous events, I just like thought I had no chance of winning, so I figured I might as well play something different. But this time around, I actually, even looking at the boss kills, I'm not super convinced SRS is necessarily better, because if you go back and actually watch like my Eater and my Shaper kills, it's like they're so easy to do. I think Uber Shaper had a total of 8 degens on the ground.
Wow.
And I really do
damage
believe
was
like people
crazy.
just don't think. Yeah. And it's also targetable, right? SRS kind of has some weird targeting things going on. It's nice in like, for example, like Awakener, but I don't know. I think there's just a lot of fights it's hard. But in terms of progression, like, yeah, Blade Shop was painful. Like 2 days of heist, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. That aside, how do you feel about the Gauntlet? Do you have any feedback for the next one and things like that? And yeah, actually, I'll let you answer that question first.
I mean, I don't know. I think basically there might be a little bit too much catering, in my opinion, to the noise that's kind of going on. From my sense of it, I guess I was watching all the Alkaiser this Gauntlet, and he made a lot of good points, but one of them was the idea that players aren't choosing to improve, and like a lot of people are really worried about how they look. And I think I'm the same way, right? Like when someone on Twitch chat says like, "Oh my god," they like watch you do your practice, like, "Yo, you're ZDPS," or like, "You died 5 times in that boss." And I think that mostly it's just like, if people are constantly worried about that, then the noise around Gauntlet and what it should look like should be even more distorted. And I think basically the less catering happens, hopefully we can see people like try to adapt and try to go for something a little heavier, you know?
Right.
And like, yeah, I just think just gotta make the event what it is, like whatever you want the platform to be, and hopefully players will adapt.
For sure. How do you feel about the bans in the end?
I don't like the cold dot ban personally. It was what it was. I actually don't think D needed to be banned, but I think that the seismic ban was really, really important. It just was way too dominant of a skill, and I think from a speed perspective, it's just still unmatched. And I think that's more like a. I don't understand how it's not nerfed. Like it shouldn't be a skill ban. It's been needing nerfs for 1.5 years.
Yep.
You know.
And now it got buffed. That's the crazy part. No, I mean ideally we don't want to ban anything.
Yeah, I think they're fine. But the cool thing about doing a ban this time is now you set up a precedent where you can choose to ban forward or not ban, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of setting that precedent, like, hey guys, you know what? We'll do whatever we want. Play by the rules and figure it out for yourselves. I think that's pretty cool.
Nice. That's awesome. Any favorite highlight moments of things that happen?
I think obviously probably the most absurd. There was that one item Lycia kill, man. What was that? Do you see that?
I have not seen it yet. No.
Oh my god! You know how there's the bounty for what, like killing Lycia Part 2 with the least number of items on?
Yeah, I've heard the Ben did it with one item.
I don't understand how people can watch that and think to themselves, yeah, I can like compete. Yeah, I'm gonna be like rank 1 next Gauntlet. You know, people are practicing their builds. You know, someone's doing like ancestral poison protector totems per to Gauntlet. Like, yeah, I can win. Like, I got a better progression plan than Ben. And you watch that, and how could you possibly think to yourself that you're gonna win? You know, like I don't know. I'm so like deluded to even think I could even be like 20 hours behind.
That was the bounty I made. I was trying to come up with some good bounties, and I was like, oh, that sounds fun.
Oh, it's dirty. It's a dirty kill.
I'm excited to watch it later. I've been a little out of it, so
Yeah, hope you're feeling better soon, man.
thanks. Yeah, no, I'm coughing like less than twice per hour now, so it's a lot better. But thank you so much for participating in the Gauntlet. Looking forward to see you again, hopefully, on a new and unique build next Gauntlet. And keep on killing it, dude.
Yeah, thanks for the event, man. It always gives us something to look forward to.
We'll try to do one every league. Thank you so much, dude.
Yes.
All right. Next up, I'm Exile. I'm Exile. I've heard of this guy. Heard of this guy. Hello.
Hello? Oh, sick lighting.
Right. Before doing anything, can do something different for your interview. Do you have my stream open?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, cool. Switch monitors and hopefully I'm showing the right one. So your trophy is pretty much done from the last Gauntlet. The guy making it had some issues, but yeah, your trophy's pretty much done.
Yeah, it looks sick. I saw the video already, but yeah, it looks sick.
This is like now the entire thing's finished. It was only half finished, the last one.
It looks like it took a lot of time and effort to make, to be honest.
Yeah, they're fairly expensive, but they're worth it. All
Yeah,
right.
it's sick. Can't wait to get it.
Yeah, you can Thanos snap the competition. All right. I am Exile. You are rank 2 overall, rank 1 Marauder, and some bounties, taking home a total of $3,000. That's pretty good.
It's okay.
It's okay, or if you don't get first, you're not happy?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's fair. That's fair. I respect
That's
it.
the expectation now.
So, are we going to see a lot more practice for the next one then?
Probably see the same amount of practice, to be honest. I don't know, I didn't like the builds this Gauntlet. Didn't really like how the craft. I don't really like SSF right now, but I don't know. Just didn't go my way.
That's fair. You did some good bounties too. First to die at ladder rank 1 while being level 98 or higher for $300. First to defeat the Uber Searing XR while singing and listening to Ace the Rush Comes by Motorcycle for the entire duration, which was your own bounty.
Yeah, yeah. Ben didn't want to do it, and no one else was at the point where they could do Bragg's Arc, so I just went for it.
You're just raising
Would have
money.
been cool to hear Ben sing though, you know?
Yeah, I get it. But you're raising money, setting bounties, and then claiming it. That's like the ultimate hustle. That's super 5-head. It's like, well, if no one else is gonna do it.
Well, it wasn't quite the plan, but it just worked out that way.
That's good. So, what about SSF2 not like this patch? Is it the progression?
I mean, it's just the gearing. I just can't stand the gearing right now. It's like if we didn't have Sanctum for Divines, I like just making basic items. Like this is how every progression in SSF goes. You go to Foothills, you grind Foothills for like 2-3 hours, you get gear, and then you literally have the same gear as Foothills, maybe like one new piece until level 90, because you did Expedition on the way to 90 when you're doing maps. So level 90, you go to Rog, you click Rog, you pray he gives you items. If he doesn't give you items, then you're just shit out of luck, or you just keep doing Rog. Like I don't know, it just feels like a slot machine, and like nothing feels deterministic at all. Like I made gloves on my first character that were like usable on Ubers in like 2-3 hours, and then my second character I spent 17 hours or something using essences, reforge more likely, using Brog, using every mechanic possible, and I couldn't hit any good gloves with suffixes that would allow me to use veiled life, or gloves that already had life and suppress with res gloves that would allow me to craft minion damage. It was just cursed, man.
Damn.
And then I ended up with gloves with like T1 life and like double T5 res or something, and crafted minion damage because like and suppressed because I couldn't hit anything else. So
Yeah, I miss more likely. And personally, I don't know if you feel the same, but I hate the whole like get to level 90 and then you can buy item level 86 bases. I personally think it should be based on what map you've been in. If you haven't been in an 83 map, you shouldn't be able to get item level 83 stuff. Crazy.
yeah. That would be nice, but it'd still be hard to craft.
Yeah, I mean, that and bring back more likely would be nice. But yeah, what about the bans? How did that affect the Gauntlet? Was that something you liked?
And I'm just negative Nelly this whole
No,
interview.
it's all good. I mean, we want to make the Gauntlet better and better, right? So,
I actually didn't like the bans outside of Seismic. I think I really didn't want to play SRS on bosses. Like Ben told me his build before the Gauntlet, and I told him that I didn't want to play SRS because I'm just uncomfortable playing minions, and I really don't like playing minions. Still, I probably was inches away from dying on Uber Maven to like a fireball hitting my minion. I don't really like how the AI works. I'd prefer a boss on like literally any other skill.
yeah.
But the main reason I played SRS is because I looked at, Sabo Blade Trap, was definitely capable of doing Ubers, but then I looked at the build that I needed to use to progress because you can't play Blade Trap while mapping. It's just not going to happen. And the build's options for progression, because Cold Dot was banned, you couldn't play like Trickster Cold Dot. So that's out of the question. You could play Trickster Spark, but I don't really think it has the damage. And we saw a lot of Sabos die while mapping. I think Jung died like 2-3 times mapping. So, or maybe, actually, wait, maybe I lied. Maybe he only died once mapping. But regardless, I just felt like Sabo was unsafe mapping. And same with every other ascendancy, like Witch, with DD being banned, I felt like the options were too low damage and not enough defense to use during progression. So that was out of the equation as well. And then with the Seismic ban, it's just Seismic kind of need to get banned because it's too strong. So that one's okay. But the other two, I just didn't make much sense to me.
That's fair. I mean, we were particularly worried about DD from some of the bugs as well. So
right, yeah. I mean, yeah, you guys can't do much about the bugs.
yeah, I mean, it would have been kind of fucked for Krima too if they ended up keeping it, but thankfully they fixed it like a day before. I mean, like I said before, ideally we don't want to ban anything, but Seismic definitely needed it, and then we're just trying to make it interesting with the other ones. But yeah, how do you feel about the current difficulty at the Gauntlet, both while leveling and at the end game?
The leveling, it's fine. Like I don't really want leveling to be super hard. But as far as like Ubers and stuff, I think you walk like a line, because if you make like the Ubers too hard, then only 2 people already cleared the bosses. So like if you make them too much harder, we're just not going to see any clears, which is fine. I mean, if that's what you guys want, then that's fine. But then just like making them too easy, people are probably going to complain that it's over too quickly for rank 1. So it's kind of like you guys got to decide what you want, I guess, in terms of difficulty.
Definitely a fan of people not full clearing the Gauntlet, because then you also see interesting things like, well, which bosses can be killed.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be all for the Gauntlet being harder. I'm just saying that like you know, it might just result in like a bigger gap
Right.
between the skill levels of racers right now.
Yeah. Well, it's a hard thing to balance. Hard thing to balance. But yeah, overall, had a good time. Enjoy Gauntlets.
Yeah, Gauntlets are fun. Definitely not my favorite one just because of how SSF is right now. But yeah, still Gauntlet. Still
That's
have a great
fair.
time.
Well,
It's nice that you throw the event.
hopefully the next one will be even better. Maybe we'll see some crafting changes. Best case scenario, we get recombinators back. That would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
I love those. Either way, thank you so much for joining us for an interview. And next up, we have Karn Air. Everyone, give it up for Exile. Thank you so much, dude.
Yep, thanks for the interview and thanks for the event. And yeah.
See you later, dude.
Hope you feel better.
Thank you.
See you later.
Me too. Me too. Me too, chat. Next up we have Karn. No way, dude. Do you know, it is almost criminal that Karn is not selling t-shirts that say no way, dude. I would buy a no way, dude t-shirt. Hello.
Yo.
Yo, seriously, why are you not doing no way, dude t-shirts?
I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not okay with this. This no way, all this no way, this whole no way thing, dude.
You don't like it?
No,
Oh,
it's toxic.
but then you can at least make money off it.
I guess. No, you're right. Actually, I should make it as. I don't remember who had that suggestion. I said I should make it with a sub sound or something.
Yeah. I mean, I think I had it as a sub sound. I made loads of money off you. Oh no, I had the cow thing.
No. Yeah, you had the cow thing. Yeah.
That was great. No, seriously. I mean, you kind of just gotta lean into it.
You know what? Yeah. I guess I'll do it.
And make a T-shirt. I'll buy one.
All right.
No way, dude. No, you're so good.
All right, I'm on it.
All right. Tell us a little bit about your Gauntlet, Karn.
Oh, it was a disaster, man. Like, I was like decently ahead in progression, like on day one of everyone else, and then I don't know, 4 lingots to level 93. Not a single item after I don't know, like 5 rock session or something. Like, it was bad. It was pretty bad. No weapons either. It was pretty bad for me. Like nothing went right basically, and you know, eventually the chance to win just slipped away.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard you lost the 100 race to Ben, but on a happy note, you did win $300 for second deepest delve.
That's not a good note. Also, the
It's
100
better
race,
than 0.
well, yeah, it's true. But like the 100 race, like I didn't go for it because I thought Ben said he was not gonna go for it or something because you know obviously he would not have won against me if I pushed. So I was like, oh, I just took my time. I was chill. I was in yellow maps trying to get my damnation because, oh yeah, that's another thing. I didn't get my damnation for like 6 days. I didn't get it until day 6. I think it took me about 18 leashes to get it.
Oh wow.
Something stupid like that. So like I was in yellow maps trying to get my damnation, and then I realized that Ben is pushing 100. I was like, what? So then I went after him. Like I didn't quite make it in time. Like I needed a few more hours to catch him.
Yeah.
But if I just pushed 100 as soon as I saw that rank 1 was out of reach because you know everything went too wrong, then it would have not even been close. And I should have done that. I should have committed to 100.
Damn. So in the future, don't trust anything Ben says. If he says he's
Oh
not
yeah,
gonna...
I've learned that. I've learned that. He usually never lies to me, but this time he lied. This is over now. I will never trust this guy again.
Oh damn. Other than things that went wrong, did you enjoy the Gauntlet still?
And that's the part. Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like I still had fun. I still enjoyed Gauntlet. I always enjoy Gauntlets, especially since this one. Even though the bossing, like the builds we had to use for bossing, like you know, I'm not a big fan. At least I got to play Bone Shadow for progression, so I got to play my game when it comes to progression, and I think it kind of showed on day 1 until RNG caught up to me.
Yeah. No. How did you feel about the bans and stuff like that?
I think it's good. I think
Would you have felt the same if I banned Bone Shatter?
I don't think I would have cared, honestly.
That's fair.
Honestly, I don't think I would have cared. I would be like, yeah, that's fine.
That's fair.
I don't think there was any reason to ban Bone Shadow, but
No, I agree. I was just joking.
But like the bans were good, I think. Like besides me need to be banned. Then for the other ones, obviously it's like it's up to like you can't like expect to make the perfect decision on this. Like nobody knew that everybody's gonna be playing like SRS until the last week or something, a week or two. Like it's you just have to make a judgment calls, and like that's fine. Whatever, whichever way it turns out is fine to me. Like
do you know my favorite thing about all the bans and the entire Gauntlet is that I saw at least like 80, 90 different comments on Reddit about I wasn't banning explosive arrow because I was trying to play it and that it's OP.
Yeah, I mean,
and I don't see a single explosive arrow in top 50. Not one, mind you.
well, actually, yeah, no, I mean, they obviously don't know what they're talking about. That's why you should not. That's also why you should not listen to what random people say. Like that's the same thing with GG, right? They should not listen to people just going off, idiots that don't know what they're talking about, trying to tell people how to run events. Like you just do you and whatever. And then learn from if there's mistakes, then learn from them. That's it.
It's great. I love it. But yeah, I mean, hopefully next Gauntlet goes even better for you. And we're looking forward to seeing you bone zoning another Gauntlet. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us for the interview.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thanks for holding the event. So it's fun.
All right, chat. Give it up for Karn. Thanks so much. Next up, we're gonna have Cap Post. See you later, Karn.
See you.
See. No cam. Do I have a fake cam thing? Aha. Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Sorry, 1 second. I just got to fix my audio. All right, testing.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, perfect.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, awesome.
How's it going?
Good. Here, just refresh my memory. Are you the same Cap Post that we crafted axes together in Tempest?
Yes, I am the same cat post.
Oh my god, that's what I was hoping. That's great.
I know.
You were like...
It's been a long time.
You were my second friend ever that I made on PoE. Garatho's the first and then you.
Yeah, no, those are good times. Those Tempest League, right?
Yeah. That was a long time ago. Now we're here.
Yeah, now we're here.
That's like...
Doing gauntlets.
7 years? 8? 7?
Yeah, 7 or 8.
That's great. I was crafting a Flesh Ripers and people were bullying me because Etup said Vol axes were better.
Yeah, I remember that. I was doing Vol axes.
I know. It was hard. It was like 25C per Volax. You won a decent chunk of money. You are the deepest Dell winner, $600, and you win $140, which honestly deserves to be more, for killing an owl at 580 depth.
Yeah, I mean, it was no mods, so I got lucky on that, but
what the fuck? That's so deep.
Yeah.
That's insane. Tell us a little bit about that. And did you kill any others?
No, that was only all I killed. I mean, it wasn't that bad because Bone Zone's pretty tanky. Like Juggernaut, you just stand still and you don't really take damage. But yeah, I almost died to the slime because I forgot to take Molten Shell off of cast when damage taken. So that was kind of funny.
Damn. And you got, I believe you got to 734 depth.
Yeah, something like that.
That's pretty crazy. So was your main goal for the Gauntlet just to delve then?
Not really, because I didn't know, because it was a flash bounty, right? So I didn't even know there was going to be a prize for a delve.
Right.
I was going for a clear, and then I saw Alkaiser, his run, like, looked really difficult. I'm like, okay, he's 10 times better than me. There's no way I actually clear this. So, and that was about the same time when I saw the flash bounty. So I'm like, all right, it's time to log into Delve, I guess.
Wow, that's an insane push. How do you feel about this Gauntlet compared to previous ones?
I've only played the Expedition one before this. This is actually my second Gauntlet.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. It was easier than I was expecting it to be,
Nice.
but that's good, I think.
That's awesome. Absolute Giga Chat. Second Gauntlet, easier than expected. That's we don't hear that a lot. That's awesome.
I mean, Bone Shatter is pretty strong, so that's probably why.
Right. I think it's a player skill thing, to be honest. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I just came off of playing Ruthless. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm still rank 1 in SSF HC Ruthless. So
Okay.
that's like, honestly, that was kind of harder than Gauntlet.
Right. No, that's fair. So you've been like practicing with weights on your hands, and you're just like, okay, let's go easy mode, Gauntlet.
Yeah, it was pretty much. So like hyperbolic time chamber and DBZ.
That's amazing. So are we gonna see you do more stuff in the Gauntlet in the future?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it depends on the league. Like, I really enjoyed Sanctum League, so that's a huge factor.
Well, that's awesome, dude. Everybody give it up so much for Cat Post. Absolute Giga Chad. Thanks so much for joining me for an interview, and thanks so much for, it's an insane owl, dude. 580. I can't believe it. Congrats, dude.
Yeah. Thanks for hosting the Gauntlet, and have a good one.
All right, thanks so much. All right. That's is there anyone else we should interview, chat? Is there anyone left to interview? I'm trying to think of anyone. Any names? No one important. Quantrate? I do love Quantrate. There is this one guy that we can interview. Not really a person. He's more of a monster. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
We have a face cam?
Nope.
Oh, god damn it. I wish I had a picture of a monster. Alright, that'll do. Alright. Ben, aka the monster, being the first ever 5-figure winning over $10,000 in one Gauntlet. That's a little fucked. Congratulations.
I think it's great. Was it close?
Close with what?
Close to being 5 figures? Because I thought it was going to be pretty close.
Yeah, I think it is 5 figures. It's real close,
Easy.
at least. Especially because some of the bounties are getting rolled into the price pool. Like when a bounty, for those that don't know, when a bounty isn't claimed, we don't just pocket that. We put it into like the total price pool. We have to do some math, but it's either 10,000 or close to.
Yes, some of those bounties are rough. Like that steel bounty, I thought about doing it, but like 8 mod hitting's already really hard on good builds, and then you want me to use a steel skill?
Yeah, I'm so glad you did my bounty. That was great. Here, I'm gonna just list out some bounties that you did for people watching and for the video. So he did a lot of bounties. Not only is he first overall and first duelist, but he did first to complete a 5 modifier Maven imitation, Feared, farthest progression of an original scripture, unique papyrus relic, and you actually got original sin. First to defeat Uber Venarius, witnessed by the Maven. First to defeat any Uber Pinnacle boss without using a movement skill gem during the encounter. First to own 5 Shaper's Touch, unique Crusader Gloves, and 5 Watcher's Eye, unique Prismatic Jewels. First to complete encounter with Alicia in the Forbidden Sanctum as a duelist. First to defeat Uthred, Covetous Traitor, in a level 83 logbook map with at least 40% or more monster life modifiers. First to reach the level 100, and I wonder, is this the first level 100 in Gauntlet? I can't remember if we've had them in the past. Maybe 1 or 2.
I think it's the 3rd.
Right.
I know at the very least I hit it in Heist.
Right.
And then I think Alk might have hit it
It's
in
very
317.
few.
But I'm not sure.
Very few. This is a very good leaked 800 in for sure. First to defeat the Uber Shaper, witnessed by Maven. That's fucked. First to survive. Wait, that's insane. I actually haven't watched that one yet. I didn't actually think someone claimed that. That's crazy. I've been so out of it. First to survive the damage taken from an Uber Cyrus meteor during a 3-ring maze phase. And first to survive the damage taken from an Uber Maven memory game explosion. And you also got the bounty for doing Lycia at the endgame stage with 1 item. The bounty was actually who could do with the least. And yeah, I actually, Vera was like, how many items do you think someone will do? And I was like, I think someone will do it with 1. And someone
Really?
did. Yeah, I said that. I said 1.
Yeah. Originally, I did like 5, and I was like, if someone passes me, I'm not gonna bother. It's fine. And like Excel ended up doing 3, and I had like or 4, one of the two. I think you did 3, and I POB doing 2. I thought about doing it, but I was like, I don't really feel like it. And then someone with Mageblade did 2 and beat Exile, and I couldn't let that stand. Like some unethical Mageblade gamer, like yoinking bounties, nah. So had to try.
That's amazing. I like that's crazy. All right, Ben, tell us a little bit about your gauntlet. How did everything go? Just talk about it. Tell us all about it.
I think it went pretty okay. I think the only reason that I really had a good time was because Quantry gave me a good build. Like I was dooming pretty hard because the only options for leveling champ SRS, which is what I knew I was going to play for a long time, Bone Shatter. It sucks. It's garbage build. Sucks. Everyone that enjoys it's like they're demented. I don't get it, but that's fine. My practice was awful when I was doing Bone Shatter. It was the worst thing ever. Quantic showed me Spark, and then it's like the clouds parted and light shone down from the heavens, and everything was great from the start. The progression on Spark is like super smooth. You get like 70% prog speed on the tree. You get, suppression on the tree. Like the gearing is free. The gear I was wearing at level 98, I made in Foothills, and it was fine. Like I was just, it was amazing. I loved it.
Wow.
Fragment RNG didn't go poorly. I skillfully ran 1 Chigula and got the sword and the blessing, which is the objectively correct play. Everyone that didn't do that just misplayed. I think the only person that had another really good RNG thing on Chigula was Exile, who pulled the Chigula Sextant and then got like 8 breach stones in 1 map. So we both were a little unethical, but I think I took the cake on that one. And then I don't know. I mean, from there it's just bossing. The bosses are I knew that if I got to the bosses that I would probably kill them. I was most scared about Uber Shaper just because if I died to the first Uber again, like last Gauntlet, that would have like destroyed my mental. But like in practice, I one portaled all of them, so I wasn't too worried about doing it in the actual Gauntlet itself.
Yeah, we might have to get some like players named Ben take 50% increased damage modifiers here soon. How do you feel about the current difficulty of the Gauntlet?
I think it's in a pretty decent spot for like leveling and mapping. Some people think mapping is too easy, and maybe it is. It really depends on if you want everyone to like die mapping. To me, it feels like just hard enough that if you make a mistake, you're probably going to die, but not hard enough that you can just kind of fall over randomly. At least if you're playing a good build. If you're playing like a 9k armor Sabo, then good luck.
Well,
but when it comes to like Uber bossing, I think you could just like double everything except for the haste, and it'd still be fun. Like the gear requirement would be higher. You wouldn't be allowed to make like any mistakes. You'd have to pretty much avoid every mechanic, but that'd be fun.
I actually agree. Well, I think every gauntlet should be different. I think there should be easy ones. Like this one, I would call this one a pretty easy gauntlet, relatively. And I think it's good to have easy ones and then some really hard ones. But I ideally, personally, don't want people to die while mapping at all. I want to see people, ideally, like nearly all the top players dying to bosses.
Yeah, I think that happened. Like a lot of people both killed bosses and died to bosses this time around.
Yeah.
Like there were a few back and deaths, but it didn't seem like egregious or anything. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that Harvest is a lot safer than it used to be.
True.
And also people know for the most part to just unspec essences and reds, and that's all fine.
Yeah. No, I saw a lot of people like unfortunately dying to Shaper desync. That's a bit fucked.
Yeah, that one's annoying.
Yeah, I think it's like always just been the most bugged boss. I ideally would like to see people not clearing the gauntlet, so we'll see how the difficulty mods are next time.
Yeah, this is something we talked about last time as well, and I know it'd be like a pain to moderate, especially because there's way more Uber kills now. But I still would love to have a point system based on the amount of portals that you used on the Uber fight, just so you have to one portal every single boss to full clear.
You know, one of the mods I asked from GGG was that anything opens with less than 6 portals, so you only have 3 or 1.
Yeah, that would also work.
Yeah. It'd be nice. That and projectile speed. That's like the 2 ones that they've turned down. Oh, actually no, they've turned down the 3rd one too. I asked for action speed cannot be lowered by base.
Oh, is that one in now?
No,
Like
they've said
possible?
no to all of
it's not.
them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like proj speed, I feel like that might break some mechanics.
That would be
I wouldn't
hilarious.
be surprised. Because like X-Arc balls are technically projectiles.
Yeah, that's
like,
I specifically want them for X-Arc.
all right. Okay.
Like honestly, that's a huge pet peeve of mine, that you can roll bosses in PoE and it's literally just map mods. They should have their own unique, like a eater mod should be like, oh, there's 5 extra balls that you have to run through in that phase. Or at Exarch, the balls should go faster, or there should be fewer balls, but they're like 4 times larger. Things like that. It's crazy to me that there's like not unique mods that you're rolling.
That would be really fun. Larger balls, there would just be like no safe spots anywhere. You can like only dash over them or just tank them.
Yeah, exactly. And then they do 4 times the damage because they're larger. That'd be great.
Oh, of course, naturally.
Yeah. I can dream. I can dream. But yeah, no. Tell me a little bit, how do you feel about the bans and obviously they're changing the meta of the Gauntlet away from Seismic?
I think Seismic ban was good. I think the other bans, DD might have been good. I didn't POB it enough to know. Cold Dot definitely kind of limited the progression of other classes like XL already referred to. It really just depends on like what the bans were for. Because if the goal of the bans was just like make us play different stuff, they succeeded. And like obviously like SRS, who's played that before, Blade Trap's always been like okay, but Seismic was better. So it's like all new builds and that's great. But if the goal of the bans is to cause diversity, you know, I think no bans at all probably would have actually had more diversity this time around.
Right. Well, I still think Seismic was a very good ban. Cold Dot was mostly banned. I hadn't even played SRS that much, or actually I haven't played SRS this league, so I didn't think it would dominate this many different classes. And when we were like talking about it, we were worried that Cold Dot was going to dominate 3 different classes. So it ended up very differently, but at least there were only builds that we haven't seen before pretty much. So that was nice.
That is good. And it helps that SRS, at least for most ascendancies, it's only a respec. Usually only like Templars, maybe Scion and Witch can like play this progression. The others are all respecs. Like I knew it'd be 5 out of 7 at least, but I think it also won Ranger in the end.
Yeah.
But that was just because of that Shaper Slam. I'm pretty sure Zalage would have got one Ranger if it wasn't for that desync slam.
Well, it turned out to be a very interesting Gauntlet. Yeah. Are we gonna see more Ben in the next Gauntlet?
I mean, maybe I'll rename and it'll be something else.
That's fair. That's fair. I guess that depends if we put Ben specific modifiers or not.
Yeah, I'm not Ben. I'm Spectre Delivery Service. That's me.
All right, Ben, thank you so much. Everybody in chat, give it up for Ben. Insane performance, as always. Very impressive. Thank you so much, dude.
One last thing. So Karn's playing with me in chat right now, and I just want to link a clip that has some relevance to the whole 100 situation. And to paraphrase the clip, I said, I think I probably couldn't win anyways if I tried, but I'll try anyways and put it in the maybe tab. All right? All right. I didn't lie.
That's fair. Well, poor Karn. Here, thank you so much, Ben. We'll see you later. And yeah, again, insane performance, dude. Thanks so much for pushing so hard and making it a very fun watch.
Yep. Have a good one. See you.
Bye.